Okay, to start this project, removing your axle shaft, what I recommend is having the vehicle in normal drive height mode. That way, when you jack up just this side, the weight is transferred to the opposite side, and the stabilizer sway bar will actually lift that upper control arm up, which will assist you in clearing the axle coming out and getting the upper ball joint separated. So let's get it jacked up. Okay, if you have an air impact or air chisel, that's going to work the best. So we'll just, you see, she just drops it right down. So that gets that out of the way. Okay, next thing is the upper ball joint. Use a number 18 wrench or socket to take the upper ball joint nut off. I got a jack underneath the lower ball joint just in case it drops a lot. And you need to use your impact and hit on the bottom of the stud. You don't want to damage the threads, so be careful. Or sometimes you can just do it by hitting this. I'll try to do it while I'm recording. Looks like that did it. Let me lower the jack. Oh, maybe not. Okay. All right. Okay, so you may, depending on how you have your vehicle jacked up, I have both the front tires up off the ground, so I was fighting the sway bar here. So I loosened this up to about right there, and then that allowed me to lift, to pry up. I just put a pry bar right into here, pried up, and then that allows this to release. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to just take this off to number 10, and that'll allow the brake hose to flex a little bit. I just have it resting against my knee. Okay guys, so now you can see we took that nut off. That just allows you not to put any strain on your brake line or your ABS sensor. So that's done. This is disconnected, so now we can get into this even better. It's a small hole. It's like right at the seam. So what we're going to do now is, again, if you have an air impact, it's going to be easiest. Otherwise, you can use like a brass punch, and you're just going to hit in the middle of that axle shaft and that little divot, and then that'll drive it back. Once we drive it back, we'll be able to slide the axle in and have it lay just like this, and then we'll pry it out of the differential. Okay, you can see, just carefully drove it back, and now we have it sitting, and you can easily pull it out. So there's like an expandable C-clip inside the differential, and if we can get a pry bar, I'll get up underneath it and show you. We can pry it past that, and then it should slide all the way out. Then we're almost done. Okay, so you'll see your end of your aluminum differential housing be right here. So you're going to get a pry bar and pry between this, which is your axle shaft, and then the housing. And it shouldn't take much. You'll feel it just release, and then you get out from underneath the vehicle and slide it out. Unfortunately, it's just me down here, so I won't be able to record me doing it, but like I said, just get your pry bar right into this little slot here and gently pry it out. And it should just, if you can get on both sides next to the transmission oil cooler, and you can pop that loose, and you'll feel it. It's fairly simple, not a lot of torque needed. So let's get this out of here. Okay, so we got the old one out. Now we're going to go ahead and put the replacement in, just in the reversed order. Make sure you put there's a little dust sleeve cover, seal protector that goes on the shaft at the end of as it goes into the differential. So we'll get that slid in there, and we'll just reverse it, put it back together. All right, guys, you'll carefully slide it in there. Then once you get it slid in there, you'll feel it, just kind of turn it so it lines up the splines. And then all I do is, there's a little bit of movement in that shaft, just give it a compress like that, and you'll feel it slide by that retaining clip inside. and then we'll get down underneath and inspect it there. We should be good to go. It is recommended that you replace your axle nut with a new one, because these are like a lock nut style. I had it on there to protect the threads. We'll go ahead and put this in there and start. So the first thing I'm going to do is stab the shaft back into the wheel bearing hub knuckle assembly, and then we'll line everything up. Probably put the upper ball joint back in. That'll stabilize it. Then we can put the tie rod back in, get everything tightened down. All right, guys, we got it all buttoned up. You're going to torque your upper ball joint nut to 52 foot-pounds, along with your outer tie rod nut. That's also 52 pounds. And I went ahead and did the stabilizer nut to 52 foot-pounds. The axle shaft nut is 170 foot-pounds, so that's torqued down. I'm just going to clean this brake rotor up and put the wheel on. We'll take her for a test drive and see how she feels, and make sure we don't have any issues. All right, we'll catch up to you after the test drive. All right, we got the wheel on the ground. I was just going to show you, if it's only you and you don't have somebody to hold the brake to torque down that main shaft, axle shaft nut, you can pop the center cap out on the wheel, have it on the ground, parking brake on, and then you can use your torque wrench and it'll fit right through there, and you can torque it down to 170 without any really even moving the cars. So if you're just working by yourself, here's a way for you to get through it. All right, guys, I'm going to put the center cap back on. We're going to pick up some tools and then take it for a test drive and see if everything's working good. All right, we had a successful test drive. I just put the skid plates back on underneath it. Everything feels good, and actually I think she's ready for the road trip. Just a couple notes that I may not have touched on. Again, I would recommend either in normal ride height or access height, just to not have to worry about disconnecting that sway bar. And then you'll probably lose a few drips of oil out of the side of the differential. That's to be expected. Shouldn't be too much if you just have the one side jacked up and elevated. So don't stress it. Probably only about 2 tablespoons is all we lost, if that. So not a big deal. When you put it back in there, do a test drive, look for any leaks, make sure that seal didn't get damaged. But yeah, that's it. Not too bad of a job. Again, upper ball joint, outside tie rod, disconnect your brake line bracket from the knuckle. You can loosen off your sway bar bushing if you need to. I just used the pry bar and pried up on the upper control arm a little bit to get that out. And then you'll need your axle nut, which is a number 32. And that's it. We are good to go. Everything's ready. She's going to be doing a road trip. So if you got any questions, leave a comment below. I want to thank you guys for watching another video. We'll see you on the next one. May God bless you.